Hello everyone, this is Donnie. Welcome back to my channel. You're watching Diamond Painting by Donnie. And today you're actually going to watch Donnie Diamond Paint. Finally, it's been over a month since I've done a drill with me. And I realized, probably a little bit too late, that Christmas is just around the corner. And I haven't gotten a single Christmas present diamond painting done yet. So I figured I'd pull out the one that I actually started so I can get it done. I want to get at least one done. And this is my Huacan custom that I had problems with drills popping. Now, I had contacted Huacan and they sent me this bag, 12,000 of 823s. And so far, so good. I've done this entire section, all of this with the new color, and I'm not having any popping issues at all. So that's good. But I want to make sure and hope that it stays that way. So I had actually just skipped this color while I was waiting for them to come, and I actually have another section from here, and you can't really see it, but this section I have all the way worked all the way up, almost up to the top. And 1, 2, 3. And so at this point right here, it would have been halfway done going this way. So I have this half of it done, and I still have this half minus what I've finished in this row over here. Yeah, I know it's really hard to see, and it's not like you really watch these drill with me's. You know, you mostly listen. So let's see what's been going on this week. Boy, I've been reading while I've been doing diamond painting or making my pins. I've been listening to my audiobooks, and let's see, I read a book in the C.S. Lewis series, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe series. I read the book A Horse and His Boy, and I guess I'm reading them in chronological order, not in the order that they were written. I don't know, I got confused. Anyway, I read that one, and then I read Prince Caspian, and now I'm on The Dawn Treader. And in between, I read a book called Ender's Shadow. If you've ever seen or read the book Ender's Game, this book was basically, it was a kind of like a companion book, because the story of in Ender's Shadow happens at the same time that Ender's Game is happening. So it's just focused on another character. And there's actually more books in the Shadow series than there are in the Ender series. So I read the first one, and then I'm gonna read Ender's Game so that I can refresh myself, because I haven't watched that movie in a while, and I don't really remember what happened in it. And I've gotten all the books that I've just mentioned. I got them all from the library, the audiobooks. you guys wondering what I'm using here, this is a modified 6-placer. I did have 6 tips in it, but the one on the end was really loose, so I just kind of let it go. I pulled it out and let it go. And so it's now a 5-placer. Yeah, I'll show you here in just a second. After I get these ones I dropped onto the surface. I'm going to place them somewhere. What else? That really isn't much. I mean, that's all I've really done is made videos, read some books, made pins, rinse and repeat. All right, so I do have a tag here. Let me show you this placer I'm using really quick here. So it's very rough, but it works. It works well. So I made it myself, and boy, it was a lot of work to make it. But I like it. It goes much faster than the 2 or 3 placer, and it's way easier to use than the typical multi-placer that comes with your pins. So this tag is one that I watched Danielle do a couple drill with me's ago. Gosh, I need more wax in this. It's called Sweater Weather 75 Questions. So I will start answering them while I fill my pen with wax. Okay, the first question is, okay, what is your favorite candle scent in winter? It says winters, but I think somebody may have translated this from a different language because it does read kind of strange. But my favorite candle scent all year round is the same. I mean, I don't really have a lot of candles that I burn for the scent because I don't even know where mine are. I have some somewhere, but I probably never unpacked them when we moved here. But I like cinnamon, and I did get one for my birthday, and that's the only one I burn. So that would be my favorite anytime. I just love it. Or, you know, like sugar cookie. It kind of has the same gist about it because of the cinnamon that's in it. So yeah, I love the smell of cinnamon. All right, next question. What would you prefer in a cold night? Coffee, tea, or hot chocolate? I like hot chocolate, but I can't seem to find one that's good enough. One that's not too sweet, and one that's, you know, just the right sweetness, because I've bought a few, and I used to get this one, I think it was like a caramel, chocolate caramel. I think it was Nestle made it, but I can't seem to find it. Or I just haven't looked in a while because I couldn't find it, and then I just stopped looking. I'm gonna grab my wax. But coffee, I mean, I drink coffee all the time, morning or night. So that would probably be what I would drink on a cold night. But I don't get out much at night when it's cold. So it's cold enough in my house. So that's basically every night is a cold night here. But yeah, I'd say I'll probably have to say coffee on that. And what's your best fall memory you have? Oh, fall memory. That's kind of tough because all the seasons seem to run together for me. So, a fall memory. I'm running on like 1 hour of sleep right now, so I don't know if that was the best time to do a tag. One where I have to think. If I can remember one, I'll come back to that one, but I can't really think of anything in particular that was fall related as far as memories go. But next question is, which makeup trend do you prefer, dark lips or winged eyeliner? I would say winged eyeliner because I could actually do that if I actually ever wore makeup, which is like once every year or two. I mean, like on our anniversary, if we go out, I'll put makeup on. But most of the time, I don't wear it because I have allergies. My eyes itch really bad when I put eye makeup on. And so I tend to avoid wearing it because it's horrible having itchy eyes when you're wearing makeup. So, yeah. But even when I do wear makeup, I rarely ever wear lipstick because I have really thin lips. Thanks, Mom. I'm gonna pause this for a second because it's gonna crash. Okay, we're in manual mode. I am not using my beaming program because I don't know why it will not stay connected lately. So, I was talking about lips, and I rarely wear lipstick because of my thin lips, thanks to my mom. And yeah. So that answers that question. Okay. What would you prefer in a cold night party? Skinny jeans or leggings? I don't like jeans. And skinny jeans do not look good on me, that's for sure. So I'm going to say leggings. You know, I don't have leggings though. I know they're all the rage and stuff, but I'd rather wear sweatpants. So a cold night party, let me wear my sweatpants and I'll be happy. I'm really concentrating here. That's the thing about this five-placer here. It's a lot easier to place them, but I still have to concentrate on picking up the right amount and getting them lined up. It's not really hard to line them up, though. It's a lot easier than the other placers because there's a spot for each one, and it's I don't know, I find it a lot easier. I like it this way. Lavona or Lavona, not sure how to say her name. Backy, I think is the last name. She is in my group, and she showed I think it was a three-placer. Her husband helped her make, and she told me what I needed to get to make it, and after looking through stores, hardware sections or tools sections. I finally found one on Amazon. It's a little hand drill sort of thing. And yeah, it kind of takes some elbow grease, but I got it done. And I thought I'd just start out with a 6-placer because I don't like using the ones on that they send you, except for the 3-placer. The 3-placer is the only thing that I really can use efficiently. So I figured I'd try making my own 6-placer to see if that would be more efficient than using one of theirs. And it sure is. So I went straight to trying it with a 6-placer. And I love it. Only thing I don't like is having to fill the wax, because it's kind of a pain because it gets stuck in between the drill heads, the drill tips. Okay, what would you prefer, combat boots or Uggs? Well, I've never owned either, but Uggs look super comfy. And if they weren't so expensive, and if my calves weren't so big, I would probably buy some. But neither is going to happen anytime soon. So I will not be getting any Uggs or combat boots, that's for sure. But Uggs, I think, those look the most comfortable. And I'm all about comfort. And let's see. Is pumpkin spice worth the hype? Well, I don't know, because I don't drink it. I prefer the place where I go get my coffee. I've mentioned it before. It was called Dutch Bros. And I tried one of their new drinks, and it's called, it's just a pumpkin pie. And that wasn't too bad. But, it's okay. But I don't know. Hype, maybe not. If people are hyping over it, I don't think it's really a hype. I think it's just that people look forward to, pumpkin season, pumpkin flavors, because the stores tend to not, let you have that kind of stuff all year round. It has to be special, for the season. So you can only get it during the holiday season so that, people get excited about it. And I don't think there's anything wrong with having, seasonal flavors, but there's certain creamers I can't get except for during the holiday season. And I guess some became popular enough to where they actually have it around all year round. And, it's a bummer when you really like something like that and you can't get it but, one season or a couple months of the year. My husband likes eggnog. I don't care for it myself, but every season when he sees it on the shelf, he starts buying it. And then he doesn't drink it half the time, and it sits in the fridge and goes bad. Just trying to line them up, because that's one thing about this tool is sometimes they get a little too close together when they don't need to be. And so I need to separate them because they're too close together. But some of these drills, I don't know if it's my drill tips that's doing it, but they just look rough. They don't look smooth and shiny. They look like they've been through the ringer. They're like scratched or something. But it's the top of them, not around the edges where the drill placer would have scratched it. Like this one here. I'm trying to see if something can come off of it. But just from this area and the section this way, I went through and pulled out all my drills that were popped and replaced them. But this is the garbage I've gotten just from the ones I pulled off over there and what I've seen coming through here. Some of it's really slight, and it's like most of the time I wouldn't pull it off, but because I have so many of these drills now because of the 12,000 extra that they sent me, I can afford to be picky. Like this one here. Here, let's see if I can get it to focus. No, because that tray is not the right color. Let's try to focus on the tray. Okay. If you can see how it's just kind of, it's got that curve on this side here that dips in a little bit. I don't know if you can see it. I have a hard time. These things are so tiny. But I mean, it's such a small flaw, but it's something that I can be picky with because I have so much. See, I can see it from my angle, but I can't really see through the viewfinder of the phone very well. But there you go. It's just got a slight little chunk out of it. So a lot of them are like that. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Okay. Where am I? Okay. What is your favorite fall TV show? And that I'm going to have to agree with. I agree with Danielle on Grey's Anatomy. I mean, that's my favorite all year round show. That or, Survivor. Because Survivor, well, they're still doing 2 seasons a year. 2 seasons a year, which it used to be Amazing Race was doing 2 a year as well, but the last couple of years they've only done 1. Well, last year and then this year they didn't do one in the fall, which is a bummer because, you know, I really like to watch those 2 shows together, you know, during the same time. Not the same time, but the same seasons. They start up used to start up a week apart from each other, and now it's like Amazing Race just doesn't come on. So, but it's in the winter, well, up in like February. It'll start up February, March. I don't know. Maybe they were spending too much money on the show. That'd be a bummer if they canceled it. I would be super sad. All right, so next question. What song really gets you into the fall spirit? I don't listen to music very often. It's rare that we get to have the radio playing in the car. So I don't actually have any kind of only seasonal music is Christmas music that I listen to. It's not like I have a summer music that I listen to or anything. So why should fall be any different? Yeah, so I don't have a fall song. Do you own a cozy blanket? Oh, yeah. I have several. I've made several out of the blanket yarn you can get. Nice and fluffy. I've knitted and crocheted blankets out of that stuff. And then I made one out of mandala Lion Brand. I think it's Lion Brand. Mandala yarn. I love that stuff. And I also have the store-bought ones. My favorite are the ones from Costco. They're like $9 and they are so soft and cuddly. And I have like 3 of them on my bed. One was one that I had bought for my mom, so when she passed away, I got that. And then I got myself one, and then I got one for Christmas a couple of years ago from my stepmom. And many other blankets. I'm just a blanket collector, I think, because I have more than what I need. But I don't think you can ever have too many blankets, especially when you have guests come over or friends spend the night or something like that. You gotta have blankets. Pillows, on the other hand, I don't have enough of. I don't have extras, that is. So, yep, cozy blankets. What is your favorite hot drink? Coffee. I don't drink anything hot, really. I mean, I like hot cocoa, like I said, and I do like apple cider, hot apple cider. But my favorite would be coffee. What are your favorite things to do in winters? Stay home and stay warm. Yeah, that would be it. Just favorite thing to do in winter. I don't have anything special that we do. I like to go look at Christmas lights. On Christmas Eve, we do that. But favorite thing to do in winter is just stay in front of the heater. Yeah, I know I'm boring. What is the best fragrance for fall? Cinnamon. I'm gonna say cinnamon no matter what. I mean, I think that's the best. It's a flavor and a fragrance, so this one says fragrance, but yeah. I don't know if they're talking about perfumes or what, but I do like the smell of burning wood stoves, or not just wood stoves, but fireplaces. Going outside and you can smell it. People burning fireplaces. I do like that smell. I like being able to walk outside and smell the crisp fall air and smell people burning their wood. And yeah, that's about it for scents. Yeah, it's kind of fragrance. It's fragrance. That normally means like a perfume. I don't wear a special one for each season, so. What's your favorite thing about your girlfriend or boyfriend? That was random. That's kind of weird in this questionnaire, but let's see. My boyfriend, my husband, my favorite thing about him, that he's an involved dad. I mean, yeah, we're married. We live together. But he pulls his share when it comes to Teslin, and he's good with her most of the time. I still have to kind of teach him on some things that he's never had experience with raising kids. Sometimes he's a big kid himself sometimes, so sometimes I have to remind him that we're the adults and we're the influencers, and what you do, she's going to do. So watch what you do and say when you're around Little kids like to pick things up. They're all ears. All right. So I'm having a lot of my tacky is coming off onto the painting, and I've actually found a better thing to clean it than a toothbrush, because these bristles are a lot smaller. I just got this at the Dollar Tree. I used it with that glitter thing, so there's glitter in there. I don't care if it gets on my canvas. It kind of just adds to it. But they're smaller and they're super soft, so I'm able to, I can even press down on it a little bit and it actually gets the gunk off, where my toothbrush is not getting it off because the bristles are too big, and then it doesn't fit in between the drills. So that's my tip for today. And it works really well. I mean, if I had some goop on here, I'd show you, but I thought I had some on, but I can't find it now. Yeah, so, and then I use my Mod Podge brush that I use this for, with my tack it over and over. It comes really clean. I was using that, but the bristles are too long, so it was too hard to actually put pressure onto it or anything. But it's good for getting the surface stuff off after you use this. Brandy from Abstract Crafter, I'm going to take her lead and use a baby wipe on it afterwards. And hopefully that will maybe shine them up a little bit, because I don't know, I had to buff down the tips of my drill tips because they were scratching my drills, and I was like, no, don't do that. So, okay, I'm gonna stop the video really quick, and I'll be right back because it's about time for a new clip. I doubt I'll get through the whole 75 questions on this, but I will give it my shot. I'm almost to 20. All right, so I'll see you in a second. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Have you ever blacked out from drinking too much? Nope. I am a huge lightweight, and so I don't end up drinking too much because, well, now it's because I can't hold enough to get to that point in my stomach, so, but, I mean, I really have a problem with that one, not wanting to hold any drills. There we go. But anyway, no, I've never blacked out. Never been a big drunk. I mean, I've had my party days, but I didn't get that drunk to where I blacked out. What is the craziest thing you've ever done while drunk? Well, it wasn't something I did, but there was a couple, they actually roomed with us for a little bit shortly after we got married. And well, first of all, there's this area down by the campus, the college campus, that has a bunch of ducks. And this friend, I don't remember her name, she was telling us how she had a pet duck, and for some reason or another, I don't remember why, she ended up releasing it over to where that pond was. I don't know how she figured which one was hers, but we went to that pond and she got out and she got her duck and she brought it into my car. I mean, it wasn't a duck, it was a goose. This thing was huge and it crapped all over the floor of my car. And I think we brought it back to the hotel or something. I don't remember what she ended up doing with it, but that was pretty crazy picking it, just going in. I mean, as far as we know, it was a wild duck. And she just picked it up in her jacket, scooped it up, and brought it in the car. It was fighting her, but myself, crazy things I do when drunk are, a lot of them are not something I would talk about on my channel because, yeah, it was the past and it wasn't something I'm proud of, and I prefer not talk about because it's quite embarrassing. Not that I can remember exactly what it is, but I'm sure it was embarrassing. Yeah. What is your favorite Thanksgiving food? Thanksgiving food. I don't know why we can make it any time, but green bean casserole is my favorite thing to eat during Thanksgiving, Christmas, whenever it is something we've started being the ones to bring. Potato salad, I've mentioned before, was one thing that I always provided for the meals. But recently it's been the green bean casserole as well, because we just started making it one year and it's kind of been the tradition to have it now. I know it's been like a long-standing tradition in America or wherever, but we never had it when I was a kid. And it's not something my mom ever made or my dad. I mean, they make it now. I think they only made it because my sister was at their house at Thanksgiving and she made it, because I don't remember them ever having it before that. So it must have been because of Sarah. And they did thank her for making it. So I think it was her idea, not theirs. But yeah, whether we go to my daughter's house or we do it here, we generally make sure to have green bean casserole. And yeah, it's not one of those things where you have to have it at Christmas or Thanksgiving, because the stuff to make it is available all year round. It's just never made. But of course, it's definitely made during the holidays. Make sure it's done. And it doesn't take very long to make either. It's pretty quick. I mean, it takes like half hour to cook it, but it's just a matter of mixing some things together. Like any casserole, All right, anyway, what is the most favorite soup of yours? Well, I prefer, my favorite is broccoli cheddar broccoli. They used to have it at Sizzler, or cream of broccoli, that's what it is. Yeah, and yeah, cream of broccoli, that's the one. They stopped serving it. They used to have it like on Mondays, and then they just took it away, and I begged them to bring it back, but I'm not important enough, I guess. They never brought it back. Well, I haven't been there in ages, so I don't know if they did or not, but last time I was there, it still hadn't been brought back. So it kind of made me sad, because I normally don't eat soup when I go because it's like, the salad bar, all you can eat salad bar, and I like it in that. And I would always get the soup because it was so good. I don't know why. Why do people have to take things away that others like? Why do they take away things that we like? And I mean, they could rotate it around or something, but no, they just completely got rid of it. It's not like I live at the store, that restaurant, and have to eat there every day and really need it. But yeah, I was disappointed when they took it away. Oh, for a minute there, I didn't think I was recording. I'm like, oh, are you kidding me? Okay. How do you like to... Wait. Yeah, how do you like to spend your winters? Basically, staying home and crafting and staying out of the rain. Yeah, that's about it. When I was younger, we would go up to the mountains, and I took the girls to go inner tubing down the snow. Oh man, that reminds me of a story when I used to have this old car. It was a 76 Olds Cutlass. And if you know anything about cars, or if you don't, it's a very large car, 8-cylinder, big, boat. I used to call it the boat. And we drove up to the mountains to do the inner tubing, or just sliding down this hill. I mean, we only stayed in this one area where we just slid down. The kids just slid down the hill. I went with my brother. Well, he came with me in my car. And I didn't have the money for chains. So we went up, with just my regular tires. I didn't have snow tires or anything. And when we got to the entrance, I missed it and I bypassed it. So I ended up realizing it just as I was passing it. So I slammed on my brakes, and the roads are, all packed down snow on them. And so I ended up sliding quite a ways. And then I tried turning around. I ended up sliding right into the mountain. The mountain's right there on the side of the road. So it was like, I just bumped it, but oh my gosh, that was pretty scary. I won't do that again. I will not drive in that kind of weather without some kind of snow shoes or something for my car. Yeah. 3 kids in the car, me and my brother. Yeah, it was fun. That's a soup. Have you ever eaten snowfall? Well, yeah. Like, what kid hasn't? But as an adult, I don't. How you spend your Christmas with family? I mean, we get up at like 6 o'clock in the morning, open presents, have some coffee, go back to sleep, get up and cook, or go to the person's house that's providing the meal, and then eat, come home, take a nap. I don't know. Depends on how late we're out. And if it's like my dad's house or if it's Ayla's house, just depends on where it is and how late we stay. But then we come home and play with our new toys, our gifts or whatever, and then deal with the mess of all the wrapping paper, boxes, ribbons. So, yeah, just basic stuff. like I said, I'm pretty boring. All right, next question. What do you mostly wear in winters? I know how these questions should read, but I think it's funny reading them the way they're written. I mostly wear sweatpants. And I don't know what I usually wear, but this year I'll put a t-shirt on and then put my hoodie on. And I like live in this hoodie and I have to wash it, quite often because I wear it all day long. Just because this is the warmest thing I own. I don't own anything really warm. Anyway, I don't generally like to wear long sleeves. So, wow, that row is really jacked up. It is not even at all. It's like missing a whole row. It can't be. Because I've been doing rows 5 at a time. This is my, OCD. I can't handle it. I can't handle how crooked they are. Oh, I gotta straighten them up. And I keep having to remind myself that it's not going to be seen from far away. I have to keep telling myself that. These things were meant to be seen from a distance, but I'm seeing it close up, and if I don't fix it, it's going to bother me. So there we go. It looks more like a row now. I think they're pretty straight. And they're really close together, but not as close as they were when they were popping. You can actually see some of the gaps in here, which I'm okay with. All right, which place do you want to go in winters? Where do I want to go? I want to go to New England because just from pictures I've seen and movies and whatnot, I love how they actually have 4 seasons over there. Here in Oregon, we have 2. We have a short summer and then we have rain. So whatever season you want to put that to, maybe spring, just rain and the sun for like 2 months, sometimes 3. And once in a while we'll get a winter, we'll get some snow. We have the last couple of years had a little bit of snow, and you betcha we take advantage of when we have it. And even if it's just a ½ inch, well, it has to be more than a ½ inch, but Tesla gets out there and plays in the snow every time. You gotta take that opportunity when you can, because you never know when it's gonna snow again, or when she's ever gonna see snow again. Generally, we get a good snow every couple of years. And once in a blue moon, we'll get like a major 6 inches or something, which is like a record to get 6 inches. It's not common at all. So I'd like to go somewhere where it's snowy, but not drive in it. Go there and just stay in the house or something. Build some snowmen. Snow fort, have snowball fights. I remember doing that when I was a kid because we lived further down in Oregon, and it would snow every year. And we actually built a snow fort, and the boys across the street, they had hedges along the front of their yard, so they had the hedges to hide behind, and we had this snow fort to hide behind. And that was fun, and we would throw snowballs, have a snowball fight. I was such a tomboy. Yeah, because that's all I had were boys to play with. I didn't have any girlfriends at that age. in that point in my life. All right. So do you feel laziness in winters? Of course. Want to just sleep all the time. I think that's probably why I've been sleeping as much as I have when I do sleep a lot. It might be because of the time of year. But it's I think, I don't know. I don't know if it's any different than any other time of the year, though. I mean, I do a lot of work, but it's, sitting down work. So I don't know what kind of laziness. I am not going to really say lazy because I do work basically every moment that I'm awake. I'm working. Even if I'm doing a diamond painting, I'm still working because I'm making a video. I would call that not lazy. So I don't know. I'm going to say no. Just because I don't think that laziness is in the eye of the beholder. To one person, it's lazy. To another person, it's incapable. And to another person, it could be too busy to do something themselves, or anyway, going off on a tangent. I don't understand. Anyway, do you take bath in winters regularly? No, I do not take a bath at all, ever, because I would not be able to get back up out of the tub. My knees are way too bad to sit in a tub. How would you define winter, fall? Cold. Smells good. Cold again. I don't know how else to describe it. It's just winter or fall. A lot of people like the season of autumn or fall, but it's my second favorite. I think summer is still my favorite season, but autumn has so many advantages to it, so many things to like. So I think that's why a lot of people like it, because there's a lot to it. A lot of things that are enjoyable about it to be the favorite. That's not what you asked. Just ask my definition to define it. Anyway, what's your favorite childhood memory of Christmas? I can't say that it's my favorite, but it's my most memorable. I was probably about 4, maybe. And we lived in Nebraska. It was Christmas Eve, and I don't know what made me do it, but what made me decide to do it, but I went downstairs. It was in the middle of the night. My parents were in the kitchen or dining room or whatever it was, and they were in there talking, and on the other side of the wall was the stairs, so they didn't see me come down. And I went to see if Santa had come, and there were these puzzles under the tree. And so I just went over there and I started doing the puzzle, but I couldn't figure one of the pieces out. So I carried it into the kitchen where my parents were, and I asked them where this piece of puzzle went. And boy, were they surprised to see me, and I sure did get into trouble. Because, I mean, it didn't ruin my belief or anything, but I just thought Santa had already come, and if Santa came, why can't I, open my presents? Why do I have to wait for morning? So, I don't even know. It may have been for my brother. I don't even know. That's all of it I can remember. But my favorite memory, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, is when I got something from Santa that I had always wanted. But I don't think it was from Santa at that point, because Santa didn't bring gifts to us. He just gave us stockings. And anyway, I think there's another question that asks something related to that. So I'm going to save that story for that question. So, what song is best for winters? Any Christmas song, they're all good for winter, because once it's winter time, it's winter Christmas. They kind of go hand in hand. So all winter long, play Christmas music. Yeah. Let's see. How you will survive if you have to live alone on an icy planet. Bring all my blankets and lots of coffee, and make sure I have plenty of heat. It doesn't say I won't have a house. I live on an icy planet, but I'm not barbaric. I'm going to have a heater. Yeah, so I could just survive as long as I've got my diamond painting and internet. Oh, on an icy planet, internet won't do me any good. But I could, as long as I could bring a bunch of books, and as long as it wasn't forever, as long as I could come back to Earth to visit, I would be fine. I would be lonely, but I think I would I would actually record a bunch of people before I went so I could watch messages from my family and whatnot, so I could always just watch it anytime I wanted, as long as I had some way of having electricity to charge my phone or my tablet or computer. And I'm going to say this icy planet has internet. As long as it's got internet, I would be okay for a couple of years. Not like Matt Damon did on the Mars movie. That would have been horrible. But he did it. He was smart, though. I wouldn't be able to figure out the things he did. But then again, I wouldn't be on Mars with the knowledge that I have of nothing. I couldn't survive on a planet like that. An icy planet's a little different because it's just ice. It's not like you have to wear a spacesuit to survive in ice. Yeah, you're going to have to wear your mask, your ski mask or whatever if it's windy, and protect yourself from the elements, but it's not like you can't breathe the air on an icy planet. It didn't say it. Well, I'm going way off on this question. I'm taking it way too seriously. So now I'm just trying to, some of these are just not positioned right. I don't know why. Put them down like that. I think my lack of sleep is getting to me. But I really want to get this diamond painting done. See where we're at. Okay. Have you ever cleaned a road jammed with ice? No. Why would I clean a road jammed with ice? Have you ever visited any glacier? No. What would you prefer, icy cold wind or rain? Rain. Because I've lived in it most of my life, I can handle it. And icy cold wind can, frostbite, and it could hurt. I need to move some of these out of the way. I can't get to my drills. Oh, and if you're wondering why I'm not using my new tray, I have found a couple of things about it that I'm kind of bummed. For one thing, the ridges on the bottom of the tray are not high enough, so the drills don't line up, and they definitely don't stay at an angle like this. They're not high enough to hold them up like these do on a tilt table. They're like non-existent. So other than that, it's great. I mean, I'll use it in my to-go bag so that when I'm diamond painting in the car, it's good for that because I can hold it while I'm a passenger. And it keeps it from bouncing around, and it's easy to get to the drills that way when I have that particular tray because of the thumb holes. I feel more secure holding onto it in the car too with the thumb rings, finger rings, whatever they're called. Yeah. All right. How you welcome the winters, just like any other day. just happens. It's okay, it's here. I don't have a special celebration or anything because it's winter. Yeah. Maybe some people do, but I don't. It's just the way I don't roll. What is your special dish of winters? Nothing. Boring. Boring Donnie. I don't have a special winter dish. It's like, it'd probably be the same thing as my Christmas dish. So, for Christmas dinner. So it's basically the same question for Thanksgiving. Because the only thing that changes between Christmas dinner and Thanksgiving dinner is the meat. If we had turkey for Thanksgiving, we'll have ham for Christmas. My dad made a roast something. It was beef of some kind. I don't know what. I can't remember the word. Something fancy. These drills that fall down here. And I want to not waste a single one. That way, if they're bad drills, I can get rid of them and not have to worry about it. What have you ever imagined a world without winter? No, I've never imagined it. Just because I don't see it very often, so I don't think about what it would be like not to have it. We need our different seasons for whatever reason that they provide for us. I guess if there was no winter, bears wouldn't get any sleep. And then what? Then we would run out of honey if the bears never slept. Hibernated. Are you a winter person? Meaning, is it my favorite season? So, no. I'm a summer person. I like the heat. I used to be where I'd prefer the cold because I can always bundle up in blankets and get warm. And I didn't like the summer because it was much harder to get cool. But now I find that it's not too hard to get cool. So, do you feel fresh in winters? Now, I agree again with Danielle. That question makes me think of a douche commercial. Do you feel fresh? Summer's Eve. It's like, I don't understand it. It does not make sense to me if I feel fresh or not. I just don't get it. So I'm going to skip it. Have you ever done ice skinning? I don't even know what ice skinning is. So no. Ice skinning. Have you ever done ice skating? Once, and I couldn't support, my ankles could not support me. So I got out on that ice. I tried and then I stopped and have never done it since. And that was back when I was in high school, I think. All right, I'm going to start a new clip and maybe I'll be able to finish this. So we're at a little over an hour. So maybe I'll finish it in the next 20 minutes. So I'll be right back. All right, next question. What is your favorite Christmas gift? That's really hard because, well, I could say my favorite Christmas gift would be my serger, even though I've never used it. It's still in the box. It's up in my closet. Because by the time I got it, I wasn't as into sewing as I was when I asked for it. I got it like a year later after I had said that I really wanted one. I asked for a serger and I got a sewing machine, even though I already had a sewing machine. So I ended up, using my new one, which, was okay because the one I had was pretty outdated. And I used it quite a bit. But I voiced that I still wanted a serger, and I finally got one. But now it's like, after I'd gotten it, we ended up having some friends live with us for a few months. And during that time, I had to put everything, my whole craft room ended up being basically boxed up and folded away. And once it was available again, I was into diamond painting, so I never did get my sewing machine or serger set up back up. Well, I never got my sewing machine set back up, and I never got my serger set up at all. I mean, literally, it's still in the box, unopened. It's still sealed and everything. So maybe one day I'll get back into sewing, but I have so many crafts that I like to do, and they tend to come and go and then come back again, like with crocheting, knitting. But since I discovered diamond painting, it's basically been the center of all of my crafting time. So if you hadn't noticed by my channel and all that, I I don't have time to do more than one. All right. Do you visit your parents in winters? Well, I only have one parent left, and that's my dad. I visit him as often as I can. We try to see him once a month, but that doesn't always happen. He lives about an hour and a half from here. And sometimes it takes someone celebrating a birthday in order to see him. But we did go down last weekend and saw him. It was actually Saturday, the day before Tesla's birthday. And her birthday was just 3 days ago. Yeah, today's Wednesday, so 3 days ago. So we saw him 4 days ago. He was like in charge of this thing at his church where it's a drive up nativity story. There were like 5 or 6 different scenes, and they had real people. It was outside, and obviously if you drive up to it, and it just told the story of Jesus' birth and everything. It was pretty neat. And when we got there, he came in the car with us and rode along with us while we watched the scenes. And then we were there towards the end. So after it was over, we just got to see each other for a few minutes. And we had just seen each other the weekend before for Tesla's birthday party. And then we'll see each other next week for Christmas dinner, which we're going to have the day after Christmas because my sister can't come down until late Christmas day or the next morning. So that's what we've been doing the last couple of years, is having Christmas dinner the day after, which is fine because a lot of the time Ayla, my oldest, likes to host Christmas dinner since she's had her own place. So we end up doing 2 Thanksgivings and 2 Christmases. It's like this year. We did last year, and this year we had 2 Thanksgivings. So I don't remember. Oh, we had it the day before Thanksgiving because she had to work on Thanksgiving. So as long as I'm not having to make 2 Thanksgiving dinners, that's fine with me. Or Christmas dinners or whatever. I'm not sure yet what we're going to be doing for Christmas, so we got to figure that out quick. Christmas is only a few days away. All right. Have you ever wished to end the winters? No, because winters aren't bad here. And I just take it day by day. Whatever season it is, it is. Have you ever wished that winters would never come again? Nope. What do you feel when winter ends? I guess a little happier that it won't be as cold, so my electric bill won't be as high. So that spring will be here and we can get outside and Tesla can go to the park and stuff again. That's always nice. Her friends actually came to the door the other day and wanted her to go to the little playground that we have here with them, and my husband went with her because, she's still too young to be going off on her own like that. Her friends are like little, a year or two older, so they're able to, I guess. Their parents let them. But you can tell that's why Teslin is not able to, because when it was time to go home, because her friends had to leave and it was 5 o'clock, it was getting dark, she threw a fit because she didn't want to leave. She just doesn't understand sometimes that kids have to go home and it gets dark and you can't just stay on the playground all night. So she's got a little bit more maturing to do to be able to hang out with friends like that on her own. These just seems like there's some that are just not big enough, so they're getting off track here. Make sure that they all stay lined up. All right. Okay, what would you prefer, hot pizza or burger? I'm gonna say pizza because there's so many different ways to have a pizza. Hamburger is gonna be a hamburger no matter what, and it's gonna basically taste like a hamburger. You can put other things on it, but I think there's more variety for pizza. So I'll say pizza. What would you prefer, blanket or quilt? Well, I've had a comfortable quilt in my years, and I actually appreciate quilt making and what it takes to make one. So it depends on the materials that it was made out of, but I'm going to say quilt just because of that fact. I made Ayla a queen size quilt that was 4th of July themed, and it was my largest quilt I ever made, and it was my first one. So I think it turned out really nice, and she loves it. She had requested a quilt because she doesn't like crocheted blankets or knit blankets with yarn because, I don't know, she has this thing about her toenails getting stuck in the yarn, and yeah, so she doesn't do those kind of blankets. So everybody I've made blankets for has gotten like crocheted blankets except for Ayla. I've only made a quilt for her, and then I made one for Braden when he was younger, when he was like a baby. And then I made some rag quilts for my nephews, boys, and them being young, I don't think they appreciated them as much as somebody else would have that understands what goes into making something like that, the hours that you spend in doing so. But I made them for Christmas one year. All right, anyway, what would you prefer, night out in chilling night or warm in sound sleep? Warm in sound sleep. Being out in the cold isn't as appealing to me as being warm in bed. What would you prefer? Oh, where'd it go? Oh, ice cream or coffee? I'm going to say ice cream because I don't get that ice cream as often. So, and I have coffee all the time. That's my choice, and I'm sticking to it. What would you prefer, glacier or desert? Glacier. I don't want to be hot. It would be miserable. You can always add clothes to warm up, but there's only so much you can take off to get cool. And if it was a hot desert, you really, even taking off clothes, you wouldn't be cool because you're going to have the sun beating down on you. So I'd say glacier. And what would you prefer, ice slush or tea? Ice slush, definitely. I'm not really a tea drinker. I like iced tea if it's sweetened, so sweet tea. But not really a tea drinker as far as hot tea. They have some flavors, celestial teas, I think it is. They have some Christmas flavors like gingerbread. And that one's really good. So I do drink that once in a while. It's been a couple of years since I had any, though. Would you rather go to zoo or a big aquarium? I think the aquarium, mainly because they're on one level, or there's not as much walking to do. The zoo, when we go to the zoo, I have to rent a motorized cart because it's very hilly, the one zoo we have here, and there's a lot of walking you have to do to get between the different animal areas, and I can't do it anymore, unfortunately. But the aquariums, I can actually walk around in those because they're easier to get to places. There's not a bunch of stairs and whatnot. But I like both. Well, Teslin loves going to see the zoo, and she loves the aquarium as well. So I wouldn't mind either, as long as I had a motorized cart to go to the zoo. And we rent them. It's not cheap to do it, but we don't go that often because it's like 2 hours from here to get to the zoo. Would you rather eat a chocolate kiss or a lollipop? I'd say chocolate kiss because I prefer chocolate over hard candy. Don't tell me I need to refill my wax again. It takes me some time because I basically have to do it manually. I have to put it in with my fingers because I don't like it getting in between them, because then it leaves a lot more onto my drills, onto the canvas. Okay. What is your favorite movie of the sweater weather month? I like to watch How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Another one was like a tradition back in the day before before DVR, before you could rent movies, or before Netflix and all that, was Wizard of Oz. We used to watch it around Thanksgiving or on Thanksgiving Day. I don't remember when it would come on, but I loved being able to watch that, and I looked forward to it coming on every year. And now you can watch it whenever you want, and we never watch it, so I have to watch it again. What is your favorite hairstyle of sweater weather month? I wear my hair in a ponytail most of the time, no matter what the weather. Unless I'm going out, and then I will wear it down. But I never do my hair anymore either. So I don't have any hairstyles. I have down or in a ponytail. That's it. So what does your cozy sweater look like? I don't own a sweater. I haven't had a sweater since high school. Yeah. I just get too hot, so I can't do sweaters. I mean, I wouldn't mind a cardigan or something to wear so that I'm not just wearing a hoodie all the time. But other than that, I don't own any. Other than that, I don't even have that. So wish I did. Ooh. Too bad my husband's already done doing my shopping. I should have asked for a sweater. Over sweater. Whatever. That's what sweaters normally are. They go over your clothes. I don't know. Sometimes the ones that I think they're talking about are the kind that you wear like a shirt. So, yeah, I'm going to have to get more wax. Okay. What would you do, blogging in a cafe or jumping in fall leaves? Ooh, well, the only blogging I do is this. So that wouldn't be possible in a cafe because, well, I guess I could. Because I'm not about to jump into leaves. There's no way. So I'm going to say blogging in a cafe. What would you prefer, Christmas or Thanksgiving? Christmas, just because people seem to be happier at Christmas time. And there's all the decorations, the tree and whatnot. Thanksgiving, we don't decorate for that. And I like to, be able to see the decorations. I like seeing the Christmas tree up and being able to go around and see the lights that other people have put on their houses. And there's just more to Christmas, even though, sometimes the whole reason for Christmas is lost in propaganda and advertising and stuff. But yeah, it's just prettier. Christmas is prettier. What is the best thing about winter, fall, according to you? The best thing about it is people seem to be happier because they're in the giving mood and get to see family. What is your best thing about winter, fall, winter? Yeah. People just seem to be more in the spirit. They get into the season and then it's like after it's over, it goes away. So I like to enjoy the moods that people tend to adopt during this season. Well, a lot of people. Some people. Most people. Something like that. Here. What have you ever felt alone in winters? No, I've always had somebody around. So it's never, even when I was single, I had my girls, never felt alone because, they didn't have a father that was the kind of father who has his own place or even any place to live. He's always just been a vagabond here and there and everywhere. So I never had to deal with visitation or sharing custody because he just wasn't responsible enough to do that. So I've always had my kids, so I've never felt alone. What is your favorite hobby in winter, fall? I'm the same as whatever my hobby is during spring, summer. It's all the same. I don't switch them around just because of the season. But one thing that I do enjoy is in the warmer weathers, crocheting or knitting a blanket because it keeps you nice and warm while you're working on it. you've got the extra warmth of the blanket you're making. So, hey, that makes sense. Have you ever driven a car on a road fully covered with ice? Yes, I have. I wasn't the one driving, but my husband, myself, and his brother were in a U-Haul truck. I was getting ready to move. I don't remember what month it was. I'm kind of foggy in the details on this, but I remember the roads were so bad that cars everywhere were slipping and sliding, and we ended up against the divider because we had slid and we didn't have any chains. I don't remember how we got out of it. We got chains somehow, but all I know is I had to go pee so bad. Well, we were stuck on the side of the road, and I think I was pregnant with Ayla at the time. So, it was horrible. Really bad. And then the time when we went up to the snow and I had hit the mountain. Wow, this is going to be a really long video. Do you wish to visit all cold countries? No. I don't want to visit a country just because it's cold. I would want to visit a country because I think it's beautiful, or because I was adventurous, and I'm not really that adventurous. So I'm going to try and get through these. I'm getting close to finishing. How do you feel when the first snowfalls of the season starts? Well, that doesn't happen very often, so I get excited. I peek out the window and like to see the snow falling, and I take pictures every time. It's kind of exciting around here in Oregon. Have you ever wished to walk on frozen lakes? No. And like Danielle said, I've seen too many movies about people falling in. And one of them that I can think of is Dead Zone. So, no, I won't walk on a lake. I mean, I think I have once when we went to Diamond Lake, but I think I was freaking out the whole time. Let's see. Have you ever taken a bath in frozen lake? Nope, and I never plan to. That would just, I think it's insane to do that. Some people enjoy it, and that's their thing, but just not mine. No, thank you. When it was your last family holiday in Winterfall? When was your last family holiday? Let's see. In 2013? No. 15. Yeah, 2015. My husband took, some time off from work because he had time to use, and it started on the day of my birthday. So the day after Halloween. Halloween, we took Teslyn to the mall because it was raining, and she trick-or-treated a little bit that she could because there was so many people there because it was raining. And the next day we decided, we talked about it for about a minute and decided to just take a vacation to California, and we spent my birthday in town here with my daughters, my older daughters. We went out, had dinner, and then we went to Applebee's and we played some trivia, had some drinks, and then I went back to the hotel we stayed in, and then we headed on down to California and did a Disneyland trip last minute. So it was kind of fun doing something spur of the moment like that. So that was the last time I did any kind of vacationing during the fall or winter months. What is best coffee flavor of winters? Well, pumpkin pie was good, but I like peppermint mocha. But now you can get peppermint mocha anytime, and my flavor right now is Reese's peanut butter cup. It's made by International Delight, so it's not a seasonal thing. I can get it any time of the year. You don't have to worry about it being pulled off the shelves until the next year. Peppermint mocha is permanent now too, but it's still kind of hard to find. But if they ever took this one down, I would go back to doing that one. But it used to be just a seasonal flavor. So I'm really not into the seasonal changing of things just because it's a new season, but yeah, pumpkin pie is a seasonal thing at the coffee shop I go to, so I will get it once in a while. Do you love to shop sweaters and jackets? No, I don't, because I can never really find them in my size, so I don't like shopping for them. Have you ever walked on an icy road without wearing any sweater? You out in the cold without a jacket or something? Walking around outside? Probably, because, like I said, I get hot so easy that I probably went somewhere. In fact, just the other day, but it wasn't icy. And like I said, it doesn't get that way out here very often. So maybe, I don't remember. What is autumn weather like where you live? It's in the 40s, around that. And it doesn't get warm, but it rains quite a bit. Which is your most worn sweater? Don't have any sweaters. Which nail paint you must have this winter fall? I don't have to have any, but I have some nail stickers that are Christmassy that I'm going to see how the quality is on them and possibly do my nails here soon, because it's about that time again. What would you choose, football games or jumping in leaf piles? Football games, as long as I'm watching. I don't mind watching football. I like watching our college team, the Oregon Ducks. So I enjoy that. So it doesn't ask if I enjoy watching or doing, so I would enjoy watching Teslin jump into some leaves, but gotta have them. We don't have any around here because we have like pine trees and stuff. We don't have that kind of leaves to jump into. She's been talking about it. She wants to, though. What is your favorite lipstick color in winter, fall? I don't have one because I don't wear lipstick. What is your favorite nail polish color in winters? We just had that question. Didn't we? Oh, no. What nail paint you must have? I don't have a favorite nail polish color in winter. Would you like to stay alone in the world? No. Who wants to stay alone? I mean, if I had to, I would be lonely, obviously, but I don't want to. It'd be sad. What is one thing that makes you relax? Diamond painting. I don't know. That's about it. What would you prefer, dark makeup or natural makeup? Natural, because that's basically what I wear every single day. And would you rather take a long walk or a long bike ride? Neither. because my knees wouldn't be able to handle the bike and my back wouldn't handle the walk. And my knees wouldn't handle the walk for too long. I can walk further. I could walk more than I could bike because there's not so much pressure on the knees when you walk. Well, I didn't get this section finished, but I got a lot done. And that was the last question. So now I have a question of the day for you. And it's pretty simple to answer. Are you ready for Christmas? Do you have all your shopping done? Do you have all your decorations up? Do you have all your presents wrapped? Are you just waiting for the day to come? Because I'm not ready. I haven't finished my shopping. I haven't wrapped a single thing. We do have our decorations up, but we don't even, like I said, we don't even have Christmas dinner planned as to who's going to do it. So whoever does it's going to have to do some last minute grocery shopping too. So that was my answer to the question. If you'd like to answer it, please leave it down below in the comment section. On your way down, be sure to hit that like button. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Have fun diamond painting, and don't forget to sparkle wherever you go and whatever you do. Bye guys, take care.